Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. is most likely going to go the full 12 rounds. You're absolutely right. Now, I'm not saying that it couldn't end in a knockout, that Mikey couldn't stop Errol or Errol couldn't stop Mikey. Of course, anybody can get stopped. It's boxing. These things happen. But we're also looking at two elite level opponents. Well, at least we know Mikey is. As far as Errol Spence, we know that he doesn't have a signature win on his resume. We know that he is a world champion and he's an undefeated fighter. And we know that he has elite level boxing power. So we have to be 100% honest and unbiased and respect that Errol Spence Jr. does have skills. He's probably about a B or C level boxer, but he's an A level body puncher. Now, a lot of people are saying, I've been getting a lot of feedback on social media, the comment section, where guys say, oh, Mikey's going to get slaughtered in 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds. He can't keep him off of him, and he can't go the distance with Errol Spence. And I just want to let you guys know that Lamont Peterson went 7 rounds with Errol Spence, and you're saying Mikey can't go 12? Lamont Peterson tried to walk Errol Spence Jr. down. He never used lateral movement. Go back and watch the Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson fight, and you'll see in that particular fight that Lamont Peterson used his foot movement and lateral movement and great head movement to avoid a lot of those big shots from Danny Garcia. He did not employ that same game plan, which had Barry Hunter screaming at him. You have to understand, if we're unbiased and honest, that's an asterisk by that. But even if we take it at face value, we already know Mikey Garcia is not going to go in and try to dog walk Errol Spence Jr. That's not what he's going to do. He's going to counterpunch Errol Spence Jr. He's going to use lateral movement, and he's going to move his head. He's not going to absorb a ton of shots. Now, if Lamont Peterson can go 7, who doesn't have the power, doesn't have the speed or the pop as a Mikey Garcia, and he could go 7 rounds with Errol Spence, supposedly, according to everyone, the most dangerous man. How dangerous is he if he's going 7 rounds? Then you look at the fight before that he fought at Kell Brook. He went 11 rounds, 1 round away. And this is a man with a fractured eye socket, coming off another fractured eye socket, coming off a knockout loss, who was also weight drained, and he went 11 rounds with Errol Spence Jr., and yet he fought him in the pocket, toe-to-toe. As we all know, that Kell Brook does not have elite level head movement. He absorbed all of Errol Spence Jr.'s shots until the 11th round. His face was already damaged from Gennady Golovkin, yet people give Errol Spence Jr. the credit. Oh yeah, he broke his other eye socket. What you have to understand, if we're honest and unbiased about it, then you have to realize is that Kell Brook's entire face was fractured. So yes, they repaired one side of his face, but the other side of his face was fractured, but not fractured enough that he needed a metal plate. And that fight with Errol Spence was his first fight back, since he was not allowed a tune-up, since he was not allowed more time, since he had to defend his belt. So basically, he fought him, the other face, the other orbital bone shattered, cracked. Then at that point, everyone gives Errol Spence Jr. credit like he's a monster who breaks eye sockets when it was already fractured from Triple G. You have to understand, there's 2 eye sockets, and Triple G fractured them both. Go do your research and you'll see that is the truth. Now you have to understand, you don't have to believe me. You could say it's all lies and BS, whatever you want. The facts are out there. But let me tell you this. Who else eye socket has Errol Spence Jr. fractured? Name one person. You can't. So you have to understand that Errol Spence Jr. is not anybody that you have to realize that's a one-punch knockout artist. He doesn't knock guys out with one punch. He did not knock out Lamont Peterson with one punch. It was an accumulation of punches that ultimately got him stopped in the 7th round because he employed the wrong game plan. He could have went 12. A broken Kell Brook went 11. You have to understand, a mediocre Leonard Bundu went 6. A very, very D-level fighter in Chris Algieri went 5. Chris Van Herding went 8 rounds with Errol Spence Jr. So you have people saying Mikey's going to get stopped in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round. And yet, Chris Van Herding went 8 rounds with Errol Spence Jr. See, people forget these facts. People don't like to talk about these facts. But then people come on here and try to say, oh, you're a casual. You don't know boxing. Oh, no, he's going to get dog walked. Okay. Well, what about Chris Van Herding? Did Chris Van Herding get dog walked? Did Chris Van Herding get dog walked? Because Chris Van Herding is not on the same level as a Mikey Garcia. He's just not. 8 rounds with Chris Van Herding. Who is Chris Van Herding? Exactly. You have to understand that Errol Spence Jr. went 11 rounds with a damaged fighter in Kell Brook. He went 7 rounds with a washed Lamont Peterson, who employed the worst game plan you can think of for Errol Spence Jr. And then he went 8 rounds with the Chris Van Herding. You have to understand, we have to call it like we see it. This fight is most likely going the distance, and it's going 12 rounds. So if the fight is ultimately going to go 12 rounds, who do you think is the better boxer between Mikey Garcia? And it's almost unanimous to everyone that knows boxing is that Mikey Garcia is levels above Errol Spence when it comes to being a pure boxing. So if Mikey Garcia is the better pure boxer, wouldn't it stand to reason that he would outpoint Errol Spence Jr.? You're absolutely right. Once again, it's the Ibfp, unbiased as always.